Hey guys, it's Briana with Austin Underground, and I'm here with Alex and Danny from the Frail. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Doing well.
Yeah? Okay, so y'all had an unconventional start to y'all's band. Can you explain how y'all got together?
Sure, yeah. I initially met Kevin, who's not here. Kind of still plays in the band, kind of doesn't. But I met him on Craigslist, and we wrote our first EP before we ever met. We wrote it all over email, over Gmail, just sending files back and forth, sending songs back and forth, and met for the first time the day before we went into the studio to record.
So like, what did you send out on Craigslist?
He actually had an ad. He was looking for a singer that liked certain bands, and he had a lot of the bands that I liked at the time, and some of which, like Tom York or the Postal Service, things like that. And he sent me a couple songs, I sung over them, and then I sent some changes back, and just kind of kept going back and forth.
Yeah, okay, that's neat. So how has y'all's extensive background in music influenced y'all's band today?
Well, for me, my dad was in bigger bands growing up, so he was always on tour, and I got to hang out with a lot of different kind of bands, from like Metallica to kind of, things like that, and so kind of always was surrounded by music, so that's kind of what shaped me. But
yeah, I think I had a different upbringing in music. I had more of a classical background as a kid, playing piano, and took up bass in middle school, played a lot of jazz and things like that, and then was always in rock bands on the side since about the 7th grade. So yeah, no, I've just kind of come up playing in as many bands as possible, as many different genres, but haven't quite had the same exposure this guy has. So.
Well, do y'all have any long-term goals, like festival-wise, or long-term goals in general?
yeah, I mean, we've been pretty lucky so far to have played some decent festivals, Treasure Island Music Festival, BFD, and we're playing Bottle Rock coming up, which is a festival in Napa, California, with Imagine Dragons, Robert Plant, No Doubt. And so, if we can stay on that trajectory and kind of continue doing those kinds of things, and maybe some bigger tours, I think,
Yeah, definitely.
it's a big goal.
Festivals outside of our immediate market would be on the docket, and also just kind of expanding, playing new cities. Going up to the Pacific Northwest, from the East Coast, coming out for a tour of the Southwest, hitting up Texas when it's not South by,
right,
maybe.
right.
So yeah, stuff like that. Just kind of expanding the fan base as much as possible.
Right. So do y'all have any new music that y'all are working on?
Yeah, actually, we're in the process of recording a new record right now. We actually, as soon as we get back, the day after we get back, we're in the recording studio, and then all through April and May, we'll be working on it and hopefully have something out in probably a couple months, so by the summer. And then also, I think we're going to release a split album with the Moving Units from LA, and yeah.
So what can we expect to hear on this new album?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think some new directions musically. This is, the lineup of the Frail has changed over the years, and I think the current lineup, obviously I'm very biased, but is very strong, and we've been writing together organically, not over email, in person. So I think the songs have come together differently, and there's definitely going to be more of like a pop kind of maybe 80s influenced vibe to what we're doing.
So, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So what was y'all's biggest challenge working on y'all's album, Love, Death, Legend?
We had never worked with a producer before. We'd always just kind of, again, written songs via email. So we actually went in, and I practically lived at the recording studio for a couple months. And we kind of just jammed in the studio and pressed record, and then wrote songs from there. So at the end of the day, we had around 30 different partial songs that we picked from, and then so that was a lot different. And then I was also kind of in and out a lot. Did this TV show in New York, and so we were like recording in New York a little bit, and also. So it was just, kind of all over the place a little bit, and it took a long time to record, and then actually longer to put it out. So it was a hard record to make, but I think it was good and great learning experience.
So y'all, this new album, what are y'all most excited about for it?
Just excited, record and put it out quickly. Because I sat on the other one for about a year before we even put it out. So.
So what do y'all have, or what do y'all want to tell fans to be, or new listeners? Is there any message y'all want to tell them?
No, check us out online. We have a pretty active on social media, Instagram a little bit, mostly Twitter and Facebook. You can find us, the Frail SF, I think, on pretty much every platform. And hopefully we'll come check out your cities out here in Texas pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking with us, and we wish you all the best of luck for the rest of South by.